AMI Victoria Derby. But they'll remember these horses for a long time to come because they are the tops. The cream of the crop in the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes. It's coming up at 3:25. Before we have a look at the field, here's Dan Malicki with a tote call.
Thank you, Peter. Rough Habit, the old 8-year-old. He ran second of the Endacross in this race 2 years ago. 5, 10 and 160, Rough Habit. Air Seattle, $28. Reading, $3.60. Jeune at $6.60. Irish Rort, $51. Top Rating, $12.50. Ballpark, $36. Paris Lane, the Caulfield Cup winner, $4.30. Number 9 is Tenor at $13. And the 6-year-old Grandmare Excited Angel, $12.50. I wonder if we'll see the Melbourne Cup winner.
Leading them out will be the evergreen Rough Habit. He thrilled the crowd with a last-to-first win in the Caulfield Stakes before almost pulling off the same achievement in last week's Cox Plate. The stands will rock if the veteran can salute today. Both Rough Habit and this bloke, Reading, are off to Japan next month. The big chestnut beat subsequent Caulfield Cup winner Paris Lane on protest in the Turnbull, and last Saturday he wobbled around the turn before running third in the Cox Plate. It's his final test before the Japan Cup. Expect improvement from failed Cox Plate favourite Jeune. He'll race in blinkers and pacifiers today, having trialled well in that gear on Tuesday, and of course Shane Dye today jumps into the saddle. There have been few easier wins in major races than Top Ratings victory in the Moonee Valley Cup. He's now the Melbourne Cup favourite and will lack nothing on the score of horsemanship through Greg Hall. Expect the big son of Nassapur to be running on strongly. And then there's little Paris Lane. He walks like an old trotter, but he gallops like the wind. Ask the connections of the 17 rivals he left in his wake in the Caulfield Cup. Lee Freedman and Damien Oliver have long been a feared combination. Again, doesn't everybody love a champion? We just saw him come into the yard here, Tim, and he looks absolutely terrific, Rough Habit, Jim.
He looks the best I've seen him for a long, long time. What can you say about him? He's a terrific old horse, this fella. He's a chance in anything he races in. Today's only worry is there's not going to be all that much pace on. And, you know, most of these horses do want to get back. Paris Lane, Irish Rort are the ones who are probably going to be left in front here. And, you know, Rough Habit, as I said, if you like him, if the crowd leader, have something on him by all means.
Air Seattle number 2, Rodney Griffiths, coming down to earth after riding Glendick, probably not suited underweight for age.
No, he probably isn't. I don't think I think he normally does struggle underweight for age, Pete. I think that's a fair enough comment.
Reading's off to Japan for the Japan Cup, number 3, Danny Brereton, the rider. He probably should have won the Cox Plate last week, bar for wobbling around the home turn.
He's a terrific horse, Reading. He has had a lot of leg problems, this fellow. Every time he races, it takes the trainer a long while to get him right again. But he's a chance in anything as well, this fellow. He'll certainly give you a run for his money.
Jeune started favourite in the Cox Plate last week and flopped. You can see there he's got the blinkers and the pacifiers on. I think most people know what blinkers are, Jen. Pacifiers, what are they?
Oh, it helps with these big crowds and in the races, so it helps the horse try and settle a little bit more.
There's a good shot of them there.
Yes, there's a shot. Look, Jeune, I think you have to forgive him for his last effort at Moonee Valley. The trainer, David Hayes, says he doesn't like the small track there at Moonee Valley. I think you'll see an improved run from him here, and he's in there with a very good chance.
Said Irish Rort's probably going to be up near the lead. Is he going to be there at the end of 2,000 metres, though? No,
I don't think so. I think he will be, you know, certainly near the lead, but not there at the end.
Moonee Valley Cup winner and the Melbourne Cup favourite is number 6, Top Rating. Greg Hall inherited the ride when Damien Oliver decided to stick with Paris Lane, but with no pace on today, I think he's probably going to find it hard.
Yes, look, he's coming back to the 2,000 metres here. He won the Moonee Valley Cup over 2,600. This horse is revved up for the Melbourne Cup. He looks an absolute picture. He'll run very well, no doubt, but I think the Melbourne Cup is his aim on Tuesday.
Ballpark was second in the Kunji, but he's flying pretty high in this company.
Yes, I think you'll find this far too tough, Pete.
The Caulfield Cup winner, number 8, Paris Lane. Damien Oliver, the rider. Lee Freedman, the trainer. He treated his rivals with contempt in the Caulfield Cup.
He did. He's had 2 weeks to recover from that record-breaking win. And, look, this horse is a terrific horse. He's on the way up. I think he's going to be extremely hard to beat in this race.
Number 9 is Tenor, Grant Cooksley aboard. And speaking of the Caulfield Cup, he ran a terrific race then and was the medium of very heavy support that day.
He is as honest as they come, Tenor. He runs terrific races. He's always there at the end. He's certainly got a good each-way chance in this.
And Excited Angel's got a heart as big as herself, but, well, again, is she flying too high in this company?
Well, she could be. She's been a terrific horse. She's probably got to be left there with a place chance in this company.
All right, terrific field, Jen, in one word.
Paris Lane from Tenor and June. It's a few more than that.
A few more than one, but Paris Lane from Jenny Chapman, Paris Lane from me too. One of the great races on Derby Day, the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes. They're going to the stalls now. We'll take a break and we'll be back with you very shortly to see how some of the Melbourne Cup hopefuls shape up. Great horses being called into the gates for the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes. Race 6 on the card. They're filling up the gates pretty well. Last minute tote call from Dan Malicki.
Rough Habit $5.30, Reading $4, Jeune $5.40. Paris Lane is the popular elect, and it is showing $3.80 for the win. Gary, what's your tip for the race?
Oh, well, look, I like the look of Reading. I thought old Rough Habit looks great, but this is a very interesting race. Jeune also looked very well, Dan.
Some real class acts engaged here in the last two going into the stalls. Air Seattle about to join them. Ran second in the Caulfield Cup in 1993. All set for the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes. Racing now. Excited Angel a bit tardy away with Jeune towards the inside. Top rating in Air Seattle immediately getting back in the field. And Ball Park landed in front. The New Zealander is a clear leader early on. Irish Rort went up on the outside. Reading was third, and Paris Lane sneaks into the box seat, fourth the inside. Then came Tenor easing back to fifth, and Jeune went up on its inside, followed by Rough Habit. As you would expect, there is not a lot of speed on Excited Angel back in the field. Air Seattle trapped 3 wide for the moment, second last. And Top Rating at the tail of the field. 6 lengths would cover them as they go to the 1,600-metre point. And Ball Park on top, about 3/4 of a length clear. Irish Rort was second, Paris Lane third the inside. A length and a half away then to Jeune, who's racing fifth over on the rails as they work along the back of the course. Reading outside him, and then Tenor racing sixth, followed by Excited Angel. Then came Rough Habit, Air Seattle 3 deep, and a length away last of all was Top Rating. 1,200 metres left to go. Ball Park is the pilot. He leads by a length and a quarter. Irish Rort second on the outside of Paris Lane, and 1.5 to Reading running fourth. Then came Jeune, fifth the inside of Tenor, 1.5 to Excited Angel. Then Air Seattle and Rough Habit, and 2 lengths away last of all was Top Rating. They're inside the 1,000-metre point now, and Ball Park the leader. He's been in front from the start. 3/4 of a length to Irish Rort, and a half a length away Paris Lane third the inside. Now Tenor improving, going to fourth, followed by Reading. Rough Habit getting closer. He's 4 lengths off the lead, and then came Jeune the rail. Air Seattle, Excited Angel, and 2 lengths away Top Rating last of all. They sweep into the turn, 550 metres to go. Ball Park is being joined by Irish Rort. Tenor goes up 3 wide. There's a run for Paris Lane down on the rail, and Oliver takes it. Further out was Reading, and then came Jeune, Excited Angel, Rough Habit. Down to the 300, Paris Lane got through on the inside to take the lead. Jeune coming out after him. Tenor Reading down the outside with Rough Habit. It's Paris Lane in front, Excited Angel getting through. Tenor fighting on well, Paris Lane in front of Tenor. Excited Angel on the inside, Jeune late, but Paris Lane in front, Jeune lunging late but won't get him. Paris Lane's one of our next to Jeune. Excited Angels run third, Tenor fourth. Top Rating very much an eye catcher. See him sneaking through for fifth. Rough Habit didn't finish it off, and neither did Reading. Then Ball Park, Air Seattle, and Irish Rort.
Well, what can you say about Damien Oliver? He's just in brilliant form. He's ridden his horse to perfection. Had a beautiful run all the way. Ball Park's rolled off the fence a fraction. Damien was in there like a shot out of a gun.
340 and 150, a copybook ride. Jeune $1.80, and Excited Angel $3.30, and you'll find that's the way they have finished 8, 4 and 10. Well, it's too often we give out superlatives for Damien Oliver, but he's just done it again. It was just a super ride over on the rails there. And Lee Friedman, another Group 1 for Lee, and Lee is the winning trainer of Paris Lane, who's taken the spring before him, most consistent animal, and surely one of the favourites for the Melbourne Cup.
One of the great runs in the race was Jeune. It pulled a little bit hard, but it certainly got home well the last little bit. Top Rating, I noticed in the run, was pulling fairly hard, but has run home well. But all the honours are with the winner, Paris Lane.
Okay, let's go to Lee Friedman, the trainer of Paris Lane. Lee is talking with our own Peter Donegan.
We were singing his praises before, Lee, Damien Oliver, but he's come out and proven that he can go one better.
Yeah, it was a magnificent ride, but it was a magnificent staying effort too. He was challenged on all sides of the furlong to run and just kicked back like a real stayer. He was drawing clear again at the finish. Yeah.
Real racehorses, when they lose their balance up again. About the 500-metre mark, when he was looking for the inside, he got checked out pretty badly there.
He did, and an ordinary horse that would have put him out of the race, but he's such a great racehorse. He just put his head down and went again, you know.
As we look at the closing stages, now hands and heels, they say all the great riders can get them to the line hands and heels, and that's exactly what D. Oliver had to do.
Particularly in the Mackinnon Stakes. It's a beautiful sight. He outstayed him. It's fair and square, I thought.
They just looked to be queuing up behind him to knock him off in the last 300 metres, didn't they?
Well, they were all there, and a couple of them actually got to him inside the furlong, but he's just outstayed him in the finish.
Here's the head on. You can see there, probably his back legs got knocked a little bit, but when he drove him through, he's got great balance, this horse. Now, onto the Melbourne Cup, obviously, the 3,200 metres.
Not a concern. No concern at all. He's just won the Caulfield Cup and the Mackinnon. What more do you want?
Well, I think he's going to be very hard to beat, but everyone wants to know your opinion, and you've got no doubt.
Well, seeing is believing, and I believe he can win.
All right, Lee, congratulations.
Thank you.
Lee Friedman, the winning trainer with Paris Lane. What a great ride by this young fellow, Damien Oliver. He's with John Letts.
It's a great ride, and third on the fence after you got a furlong. How'd you feel?
Thanks, John. Yeah, we're in the squeeze seat, and I was very happy.
Damien, your Melbourne Cup looks good now, doesn't he? He went to the line under hands and heels today. Nice soft win.
Yeah, it was a very good win. The horse gives you his best under hands and heels anyway. He tends to run about when you hit him, but today it was a very strong win. And I think I surprised a few people when I chose this horse, but now you see why.
Well, Damien, really, you didn't surprise me because I thought he broke a record at his first try over 2,400. Who's to say that he can't run 32?
Yeah, well, he's a master trainer, Lee Friedman. He gets the horses to settle, and I just got to steer him.
Yes, and he settled beautiful for you today, didn't he? He's going to give you a lovely ride in the Melbourne Cup. How'd you like barrier 1, 2 or 3?
Be handy, wouldn't it?
Good luck, mate, and good luck on Tuesday with him.
Damien Oliver talking with John Letts, and I've got the feeling that young fellow does just a little bit more than just steer them. They are well prepared by Lee Friedman, no doubt about that. But Damien Oliver has produced a tremendous ride, and be watching some of those behind the place getters. As Dan Malicki said, there was one chestnut horse that was running on pretty nicely at the end of the race for a 3,200-metre assignment, and that was top rating. But all honours are with the winner, Paris Lane, getting a tremendous reception with Damien Oliver returning after winning the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes in the time of 2:6.6. Jeune second, an improved effort. Third placing to the gallant mare Excited Angel. Tenor was fourth, and Old Rough Habit fifth. Back to Flemington shortly. You're watching Network 10's live and exclusive coverage of the Melbourne Cup Carnival. Welcome back to Royal Flemington on Derby Day, and we are seeing some absolutely sensational racing here today. There's no doubt about that. Courtesy of all these fellas, there's Damien, and a happy young man as he struck some form in a purple patch just at the right time. V for victory indeed, my boy. He really is riding beautifully at the moment. And what a good win that was in the Mackinnon. I'll tell you what, that'll have a few people sitting up and taking a bit of notice. Paris Lane, great win, and as Lee Friedman said to Peter Donegan, basically just outstayed them. And of course, the Mackinnon really is appointed to the Melbourne Cup. A lot of you genuine punters have a look at the Mackinnon and make their decisions based on what they see running in that. Dear Old Rough Habit had a go at them, but only managed to finish fifth as Mr. Lawler weighs them in. There's Greg Hall.
Numbers have been confirmed. 8, 4, 10, 9, 1, 6. 8, 4, 10, 9, 1, 6. 8, 4, 10, 9, 1, 6. He's happy. Correct weight. So now, on the Mackinnon, we can pay you on the Victorian Tote Hero your dividends for $1.
Was the favourite with the tote punters too, Paris Lane. $3.40 the winner, $1.50 for the place. 4 Jeune second, $1.80 and 10. Excited Angel, $3.30. Quinella paid $7.10. Trifecta, $165.20. The race-to-race double returning $14.60. The margins were a long neck, a half length. As we mentioned in the call, it was a dawdling run race, and the time for the trip was 2 minutes 6.6, which is not a genuine mile and a quarter speed, but there were some eye catchers in the race.
Thank you, Danny. Yes, eye catchers indeed, and that's what your Melbourne Cup punters are looking for as a bit of a guide. The Louis Vuitton LKS Mackinnon Stakes, won by a game little bloke. He's only a little fella too, he really is. Paris Lane, but he really got them. He really got them today in a great win. And what a great day it is too here at Flemington. Still a big crowd here. A couple of races to go. And then, of course, we'll be back on Tuesday for Cup Day, again on Thursday and again on Saturday. And we hope that these crowds keep up for the VRC's sake, because they really do put on a great carnival. Our MC Rob Gaylard's ready for the presentations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes, a Group 1 race. Mrs. Julia King, Chief Executive Officer of Louis Vuitton Australia Proprietary Limited, to make the presentations.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good afternoon. We at Louis Vuitton are very proud to be associated with the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes and with the VRC Spring Carnival. The VRC does a lot for its sponsors, but today they've done even more. To have two French horses, or horses with French names, come first and second in this race, one believes is beyond the call of duty. However, I would like to congratulate the owners, and I would love to congratulate Paris Lane, and will present the trophy to Mr. Clement on behalf of the syndicate and the owners, and I should like to congratulate the trainer Lee Friedman and the jockey Damien Oliver. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much. Yes, a great win to Paris Lane in the LKS Mackinnon Stakes, courtesy of Louis Vuitton. The next is the South Corp Packaging Stakes, 1,200-metre sprint, as we watch Paris Lane go to the line, and go to the line like a genuine, true stayer. Oh, gee, that was a good win. Okay, the next is a 1,200-metre sprint.